with goal setting, as you write your goals down, a good metric, a good acronym to describe effective goal setting is the SMART methodology. That means specific. I want to be successful in final expense. Sure, we all do, right? What does it mean to be specifically, what was specific to your goals? I want to make X amount of money final expense. Great. Well, now we've kind of set a parameter of how, or at least of what we're trying to achieve. So it's more specific, so much so that your goal should be to know daily what you need to accomplish to hit your yearly goals. Okay. So point is, we'll go empower you with that knowledge of what you need to do every day without question to get to that ultimate goal, even if it's 100,000, $250,000, $500,000. You have to have measurable goals. So how do you measure your success for those goals? Of course, you're going to have ways on a daily basis to measure those. And no, that's not sales per se. It's going to be something else more important than sales, believe it or not. So we're going to show you how to measure to get those goals. Achievable. Achievable is interesting, right? In a sense, achievable goals, I kind of struggle with this, right? Because we want to shoot for the stars, but we want to be realistic too, right? So I don't know if achievable, like what is achievable? There's a lot of people that were flipping burgers that got into this business, and not a lot, but some people who do profoundly well within a first year or two, right? Was it achievable that they were able to get that? Was there any relevant information? No. So, use this with a, fine tooth comb, right? So achievable, look at your life, look at your time availability, what you want out of this business, right? And I think that's achievability is going to tie into the time frame in which you apply the goal of what kind of money you want. And we can build on that if you want to hopefully get the idea. Relevant, I think it's relevant, right? What we're going to be talking about is the activity and the leads to get to that goal, right? So that's a kind of a relevant system to put this into place. And the last one is time bound. Again, we want to have a deadline on achieving a goal. A goal is a wish that doesn't have a time bound restraint, meaning you have to make 100,000 by the end of the year. There's a sense of urgency that's developed. It puts a plan into action better. And it allows you to, what we're about to do, which is basically decompartmentalize and break down everything so you know what you actually do daily to achieve that yearly goal. And the other thing I want you to start thinking about, the most important goal to get started with is the first year goal, the 12-month goal, okay? But as you start to get traction in this business, I spoke briefly at the end, I want you to start thinking in 5-year or even 10-year increments. I think about my goals really on a year to 5-year basis now. 10-year goals, I've got some goals, but the main one I'm thinking about more than anything is the 5-year goal. And ultimately, after you get some traction, success with that first or second year, you need to be thinking about what you're going to do in 5 years from now. That's why we talk a lot about integrating Medicare into the mix to get another stream of income going within your insurance business, to go from an active strategy of income producing to an active or a passive strategy where you can make money without grinding it out all the time. What our ultimate goal with setting a yearly goal is to figure out what to do every day, okay? Your ultimate goal every single day you wake up is how many calls you got to make, how many presentations you got to run, how many door knocks you got to do to hit your ultimate goal. It's not the outputs we're concerned with. It's not the sales per se. They will come. What matters most every day, every hour to hour, is what you are doing in activity to find and uncover those opportunities for sales. It's from your activity, your calls, your knocks, your attempts to reach people, that opportunity shows up, becomes an opportunity. If you don't do the activity, then it doesn't matter. You're not going to get anywhere in your business. So what your main concern should be every single day is hitting the activity goals. Now, this is an interesting phenomenon. Wait a minute, Dave. I'm here to make money. I know. I want you to make money. What I'm telling you is what you will find through the process of doing this business, if you do what I say, is how much activity it takes to make money on average. And what you will find is a sense of relief and peace, knowing what you need to do every day to hit your goals. If you go through this process diligently and consistently, meaning that you do this not just one time, although there's value in just once, but consistently over time. Because what happens in the reality of insurance, ladies and gentlemen, when you're selling, there are days when you're the statue and there are days when you're the pigeon. There are days when you make sales like nobody's business. There are days when nobody, and I mean nobody, wants to buy. It's your job to walk the middle of having a future orientation, hitting those goals, but living in the present. Because not every day you're going to make a sale, even though you did the activity. There's a forum post, if you want to roll back, from Chris Sorrentino, 496 calls it took him in that first week, or one of his weeks, I think last week, before he made his first sale. Then the 497th call, he made a second sale. He made about $1,500 to $2,000 roughly off of those two sales. He could have easily justifiably given up on the 495th call or sixth call. I've lost count. It's way high for me. But if you, it's easy to say, oh, that makes sense, Dave, but wait till you actually are in the mode of it. You've been cursed out, slammed the phone down on, slammed the door on. Nobody's interested. Everybody thinks it's a scam. You're about to jump off the ledge, right? Like, you have to, and I don't know what to say except be prepared, because this happens to everybody. And the people who can manifest their goals through this process and keep going anyway, despite everything inside of them telling no, is how we keep this consistency of hitting the activity every single day.